Hey guys, just remember this. Your opinion of yourself is the main opinion that you'll have to face with any other person in this world. Any relative, any friend, any enemy. It's your opinion of yourself. And I've talked so much about things that you can do to improve your opinion of yourself. But I really want to emphasize one of the best ways to feel good about yourself is to keep your promises and to not tell everybody what you're going to do. You do those two things and you just grind it out, you're always going to have a really healthy self-image. One of the other things, though, that you really have to think about is the willingness to change gears when your plan isn't working, because that will beat up on your self-image more than anything else that the world can do to you, is when you feel like you're not getting results and you are indeed putting in the work. So you may have to change direction a little bit. And when you do that, you got to be okay with it. Just understand that all great people do that. They change up their approach when necessary. And that may come from inspiration that you get from watching somebody else doing successfully what it is that you want to do. Or it may just come from looking at the results of your actions and realizing that they're not really working and you need to tweak it some. When you do that, you got to understand that that's all par for the course. It just means that you had to make a few changes. It doesn't mean that you are a failure. It just means that you had to adjust your plan and root out the things that were failing within your plan. And then you just keep going right down the road like it never happened. If you're journaling, you'll put it in your journal what you did so that it's documented, so you can help yourself. So you can help someone else, or you can revisit it in times when you get stuck again. But your opinion of yourself carries more weight than anybody else's opinion of you. As a matter of fact, most people get their cue on how to treat you based upon your opinion of yourself, because you're always displaying it. You're displaying it by the way you dress, the way you talk, the way you walk, the way you enter a room, and the way you do whatever it is that you do, whatever your profession is, or even just going to the gym, just the way you work out. It pretty much says a lot to the people around you, who you are, and your opinion you have of yourself. Here's the thing too with that. A lot of people may think that when you have a high opinion of yourself, you are overconfident, braggadocious, a person who is overbearing, and think that they're all that in a bag of chips, as I used to say back in the day. That's not it at all. Actually, it's the opposite. Usually you're very humble. You know what you can do and what you can't do. So you don't portray yourself as a person who can do everything, or who thinks they're the smartest person in the room. Like I said, it's quite the contrary. You feel like you don't know a whole lot, but you'll learn what you need to know. And what you don't need to know, you're perfectly willing to let somebody else be an expert in that field and you glean from their knowledge. That's what happens when you do have a high opinion of yourself. You don't do things out of pressure to please other people or to live by their standards or their sets of rules. Your standards are your own, and you try to live up to the standards that you have placed upon yourself. And you know that when you do that, then you are on the road to success. You are succeeding. You're succeeding every single day that you hold up your standards. And the higher your standards, the higher the level of life that you'll live. And again, the higher opinion you'll have of yourself. So when I say have a high opinion of yourself, I'm not saying that prideful thing that a lot of people have. It's quite the opposite. You're humble, because every day you're learning and you get knocked down every single day. And if your opinion of yourself is that of a person who's not going to quit, and they're going to grow and they're going to learn from their mistakes, then when you get knocked down, it just actually makes you stronger. And you always feel like there's room to grow and there's areas to get better at. So that's the part that keeps you humble. You have a high opinion of yourself, but you're very humble in what you do. And that approach will get you through so much in life, because the thing is, in life we have to learn so many skills when we want to excel and we want to get better, we want to be great. That involves acquiring skills. And when you acquire skills, you also tend to find yourself in areas of incompetence where you don't know a lot. There's a lot of things you don't know. But you know, if you keep persisting, you're going to learn those things that you don't know. So you're not intimidated when you walk into a situation in which you're not skilled enough to perform at a high level. Then you learn what the fundamentals are. And then over time, as you gather those skills, you become proficient, and you tend to also like what you're doing even just that much more. And then you feel better about yourself after you've gone through and you've earned it. And that's something too that today a lot of people don't understand the value of actually learning a skill and actually being bad before you're good. You know, you have to suck at something sometime before you become good at it. But all of these things add to your opinion of yourself. So the more times you can do that, the better you're going to feel about yourself. And if you feel good about yourself, other people are going to feel good about you as well.